I'm going to show you a few different movements and I'm going to put them together and it's going to feel really nice for me. So rotational strength training tools and kettlebells are very special tools and they can give you back a lot as long as you put in a lot of effort, and you have to learn your body, learn how it moves and apply the tools and the knowledge of your body. So I'm going to take you through a few things today that is going to help you with your shoulder movement and your spine. So when you're dealing with rotational strength training tools, when you're moving, when I reach with my right arm across me like this, that's rotation to the left, right? Opposite on the other side. If I reach with my right or my left to the right, that's rotation to the right. Okay, so when you're using clubs unilaterally one at a time, it's very beneficial for your spine to do this hiking and rotating in a very smooth and rhythmic fashion, the way your spine was supposed to move. So it's compressing from side to side in conjunction with the intent of where you're going with your arm. So we're going to start off with a little bit of myofascial release here, and we're going to get into the upper pec area. Okay, you got to be careful with this. I'm going to use a mace. You can use a smaller or larger mace depending on the surface area that you want to apply to your upper pec. Okay, so we're looking for right underneath the collarbone, okay, right around here. Yeah, I'm going to apply some pressure, and I can already feel this. Now the key is relaxing into the discomfort. Now I'm going to move my arm up and down. Now only go to where you can tolerate this. You are supposed to feel some discomfort here. Okay, try thumb up. Okay, thumb down, reaching your arm overhead, and you're applying that weight in there. Now I can just rotate and apply my body weight here. I can apply it and just sink into it. Do a few deep breaths. Okay. That's really, really nice. That pec minor attaches up there and it really pulls the shoulder forward and down. It's really a problem, okay, in the anterior compartment of the shoulder. Okay, so releasing this is going to be gold for improving your movement. And so again, you're finding that nastiness. Map out the area. Feel the most sensitive, rich area. Map out the spots. Find that nastiness. Apply the pressure and relax. Okay, sometimes you'll find yourself just tensing up and you have to relax into it. Okay, and just moving your arm, reaching, just exploring the movement here around the mace. This is quite wonderful and very, very powerful if you have junky shoulders. Okay, you can apply weight differently in exploring that movement. Okay, I'm just doing some slides here on the chest muscle. That's feeling quite wonderful. But again, you just got to be careful, make sure you're not going to slip and fall and hurt yourself. Okay, so I've just opened my chest up. You can do that with a lacrosse ball as well. But now I'm going to go, so we've done a little bit of self-myofascial release. So now I'm going to use the clubs. Now, I'm going to keep my front foot. That's going to be a lot of my pressure going through that front foot. So I'm going to keep a lot of weight through that front foot. Center of mass check. Bring that foot up. All of it's over that front foot. Just put the back foot down just a little bit. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to start doing a little bit of chopping movements. Okay, from side to side. Okay, and try and stay balanced on that leg. Okay, and I'm just going to do this for about 30 seconds. Okay, going from side to side. I'm not squeezing my toes. I'm allowing my foot to do its job, but I'm trying to keep that center of mass over that front foot. You can see my spine compressing from side to side. It's very, very challenging as I'm doing this. And I'm getting tired now on that foot. Okay, so I'm going to try the other side. I could have reversed the way I was going there. Okay, but again, on the other foot, center of mass check. Okay, and it's nice if you can get your foot back so it pulls your hip into rotation. See, I'm square in the hips there. Okay, if I pull that hip back, okay, get a little bit of rotation in the hip. Okay, so that back hip rotated away from the front leg, center of mass check, all the weights on the front leg. Okay, and we're gonna start that chopping pattern again. And again, focus on keeping that center of mass over that front leg. This is very challenging for me on this side. If you need to start with one club at a time, you can. Okay, a bit of a regression, or if you need to, you can just do it with your feet together. Okay? Go slow and get the pattern down. You can see my spine moving from side to side. Once you get the pattern, you can go a little bit faster. Okay, so now we've loosened things up with the clubs. Okay, now I'm gonna try the same sort of pattern with the mace. Okay, I'm gonna keep a lot of center mass on the front leg, but I'm gonna allow a bit more weight to go to the back. Okay, the other side. Okay, you may see that my right side was a lot easier than my left. That's why doing this on both sides is going to help balance out that spinal movement and rotation from side to side. Okay, so that was a shorter lever. Now I'm going to try it with a stick, the chopping pattern. Okay, center mass in the front. Okay, standing up nice and tall, keeping that posture nice and tall. Not squeezing your toes, but just allowing your foot to do its job. And I'm just letting the spine move with the movement. Okay, try the other side. Okay, it's more difficult on this side. I had a severe injury on my left shoulder, and that's why this is a little bit more challenging, as well as it's not my non-dominant hand. There, let's get better with this. I was doing some interesting stuff. I was using my knee to help me with that movement just before I started focusing here. Now I'm getting a little bit better. But you can see from left to right, quite the difference there. Okay, and I got hit by a car and I had about 45 stitches up my shoulder. My shoulder went into a car windshield and I landed behind the car. Anyways, so I've got some serious injuries with the shoulder, and that's really good. Also, you're gonna be using both sides of your brain when you're using both arms crossing the body, crossing the midline. So this is fantastic stuff. Okay, moving on, I'm gonna try a similar pattern with a steel club. Okay, now that I've kind of loosened things up. Okay, and I'm just gonna start swinging it. Okay, and feeling a nice swing here. Okay. Getting a nice pendulum, almost bringing it up to parallel to the ground. Okay, and this is all done through the body. My arms are just along for the ride. Okay, I'll try that on the other side. Okay, now you've noticed that I kept my grip. So this is my natural stance. This is the way if I was caught in a battle, in a war, and I wanted to hit somebody, it would be this side. It would not be the other side. Because that doesn't, it would be very awkward. I'd have to hit them like this. Okay. Which is awkward. More natural is over here. Okay, so, and I don't think you're gonna be switching hands up, okay, in battle. Okay, but since we aren't in battle and we're thinking about balancing out the body, let me try that again. So this side, this is natural. Okay, so I must switch the hands if I'm gonna get it to feel natural on the other side. Okay, that's to balance them out, but that was feeling very awkward. Anyway, you're gonna be very dominant towards one side. That's just the way we're built. We're built with a dominant rotation with our hips, with our leg, with our arm, dominant eye, right? So again, moving on from that. So I've just gone through Indian clubs, short mace, long mace, a stick drill, steel club. Let's use a lighter mace here. Okay, so now I've got everything nice and warmed up. Now I'm just gonna do some single arm 360s. Let's just go for these. These are really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna integrate and take advantage of the mobility and neurological work that I just completed. Okay, I just want to get this feeling nice and buttery smooth. Okay, but this is how I like to apply these things and put them together. Okay, do some mobility work, some self-myofascial release, do some light club work, okay, some balancing out of the spine work from side to side. Okay, get some light work going. And after the light work, okay, you've greased the groove there. Now we want to challenge it. Okay, so this is a 45-pound mace here that's quite long. Okay, it's about a 4-foot handle. Okay, so it's got quite a lot of leverage. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 5 per side here. You can see my spine going from side to side. Very good stuff. Compressing and decompressing from side to side. Okay, after all of that, I'll finish off with the kettlebell arm bar. Okay, so with the kettlebell arm bar, you're gonna start like you would with your Turkish get up. Okay, on your side, you're gonna roll over. We're gonna press this up. We're gonna put this arm up. We're gonna use our foot and help roll over onto our side, bring this leg across, bridge the leg, straighten the legs out. Now we're gonna pump the hips. This is a T-spine drill. Okay, make your posture nice and tall. Get this arm up as high as you can. Rest your head on there. Okay, nice and tall spine. Make this, have the collarbone as long as possible. Shoulders away from the ear. Remember, you got shoulder poison in your ear. Keep them away. Okay, now we're gonna pump the hips. Okay, now you can stay there and just do some breath work there. Okay, or you can pump them back and forth. Okay, but this is a wonderful drill to do periodically as you're doing your steel club, Indian club, mace work. Okay, it's gonna help with that T-spine. Okay, so then we're just pumping that hip. You're gonna straighten down. So you're stabilizing your shoulder girdle, pumping hip. So it's gonna help to improve the T-spine rotation. Okay, what would be also beneficial in this would be some self-myofascial release with a foam roller or a lacrosse ball on your T-spine. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, this was just kind of a mashup, putting them together. It's a lovely way to integrate them together and to explore your center of mass and your spine movement from side to side. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to it, check it out. And as always, if you need the best quality hardstyle kettlebells, check out greatlegsgeara.com. Okay, the link is in the notes.